Welcome back, everybody, to yet another episode of Kickstarter Quest. It's once again Wednesday. We're once again here, live, ready to look at board games. And, of course, Arel is... Oh, pointing this way? Oh, there's my camera flip. That's weird. Pointing this way. Arel's over here. There's Arel. Hi, Arel.
Hello. Thanks for pointing to me. Pleasure to be here.
Sure. It's a pleasure having you here. It really is a pleasure. Hope you're all having a great Wednesday so far. We are halfway through the week. Brian, what's up? So good to see you here. Thanks for joining as always. And I'm stoked, guys. I'm stoked. We got a lot of games on the list tonight. We got a lot to talk about outside of just the regular game stuff. And it should be a banger episode. What do you think, Arel?
I think so. There's some great looking games on the list tonight. I'll tell you that much.
There are. The quality is certainly increased. I'm more excited for this week than I was about last week, to put it bluntly. But yeah. Before we get into that, though, sorry, I always have to take a pause when I hit this transition. OBS does this thing where when I'm doing the transition between these two scenes, I have a scene for like segueing out of the intro music. And so that I can like have it come in as we're talking and then like turn it down over time. And then I have a separate scene for when we're done with the intro music. But OBS has this thing where whenever I hit transitions, it like also lowers the audio down and then brings it back up again, which is a little annoying. Probably I can turn that off somehow. But I have not taken the time to do so yet. Anyways, over explaining what I just did there. We're back on the regular scene, so that's all you need to know. And yeah, before we get into the games on our list tonight, get a few public service announcements to make. First of all, you may have noticed, check this guy out. The Studio Sp1cy merch is in. We've got the hat, we've got the shirt. The shirt's looking very nice. And then I'm going to have to stand up because we're not done yet. We also have the joggers, the track pants. I don't know if you can see that.
Well, there couldn't be more, could there?
Certainly
not.
Could there? Could there, though? What else could we make? Maybe a tote bag?
Whoa.
Maybe even a tote bag? Check that out. Over the shoulder?
Truly, can't have anything more than that.
The outfit, many people would say that the outfit is now complete. But Studio Sp1cy doesn't stop there. We've even got our own custom, well, how do I show this off? Sneakers. Check that out. Well, you can't really see. I'm just going to take them off. I'm wearing them right now. I'm going to take them off. I don't really like wearing shoes while I stream anyways. But check that out. I wish I was better at color correction so I can get the color to really come through on this camera because it's looking a little dull, a little yellowy. Rest assured, though, in person, it's very vibrant. I was a little... I almost didn't believe that they were going to look like what the mock-up image looked like when I was designing these, but yeah, they came out nice. They look very, very nice. So that's going away. And so yeah, that is all. I've got it in. Everything's good. I will say the pants and the shoes take forever to ship. They're custom printed in China, and the quality is good. I've been wearing them around all week, and so far so good. But they do take, I think it took like a month for them to get it to me from the time I ordered it. So buyer beware there. That is one little snafu. But yeah, aside from that, everything else gets here pretty quick. Everything is custom printed to order, so there is like a lead time with it. I think I got it within a week or so of ordering the other stuff. And it's also not fulfilled by me, so if you order like a game and you also order some merch, they will ship separately. In fact, I wanted to show this off. Let's head over to my website real quick, because I have also been doing some work on the website. Here we are. You might notice at the very top a brand new Mythmash Chrono Clash banner. I should share screens with you, Arel, so you can see this.
Thank you, please, yes.
Let's see. There you go. Check that out. Looking pretty good. And then we've got our
I will
games
say, I
section.
think on I think on your stream you've
Oh,
replaced me with
yes,
with
sorry.
the screen share.
There you go. There you go. Arl's back. Fret not. Yeah, so we've got a nice new banner. I've got tons of new images and content and like stuff that I just want to get out for this game and start promoting it. So be on the lookout for
Yeah.
that on Instagram. Then we've got our new merch tab down here. Not one, not two, but three Mythmash shirts, three funky,
Whoa.
fresh designs in three different colorways. And then, of course, here's the rest of it. We got the shirt, we got the tote, we got the hat. Oh, I even put this together last minute. Studio Sp1cy Windbreaker. This
That's
is
crazy.
this is very cool. It's got an embroidered patch on the front and back. So, yeah, very cool stuff. Yeah, super stoked to have this stuff up on the site. If you like the way it's looking, feel free to go on over there and place a little order. See how it goes. And yeah, very, very cool. This is very, very cool too. I'm super excited to show
Yeah.
off more stuff with that. But yeah, I've been getting some of the final character art back. I think I showed this off on stream before, at least the like
Yeah, you did
still
last week a little
images.
bit, yeah.
Yeah. But I've continued to get more images back, and I'm starting to finally put together. In fact, I spent a lot of this week putting together how I want to do the final card layout. Let me just show you a quick preview of what that's going to look like. Let's see, Mythmash 2, and where are we? Cards, samples, yeah. Here we go. So here is a sample of one of the starter cards.
Whoa.
Boss. We've gone a little over the top with the artwork this time. He's coming off of the card. I had a different version of this where he was like kicking over this part of the text box, but I feel like, well, we'll leave that sacred for now. But I don't know. I could go back. But he does have his gun up above the O, and we got the big swirly background. So that's looking pretty cool, I
Love
think.
that. Yeah.
It's looking pretty cool. All right. Well, with that out of the way, or I guess before we jump into the games again, we should maybe do a little catch up. I guess I've been talking about what I've been busy with. Arl, what have you been busy with? What do you got going on?
I'm busy with. Just getting ready. I am officially starting a new job next week. Very exciting. Being a communications coordinator for a kind of very corporate insurance company. So a bit of a change of pace for me being in like games and entertainment into like an actual corporate landscape. So I've been preparing for that, but also very excitedly, I just learned this week that I will be attending Origins. So if you're also going to Origins, you can find me there and you can look me in the eyes and you can go, "No, Arl, I'm the other Brian," and I'll apologize profusely.
Wow, what an opportunity!
What an
You don't get to do
opportunity!
that every
Yeah.
day. Very cool stuff. Yeah, Arl and I have continued to talk about ways that we might be able to do some Kickstarter Quest stuff live from Origins. So we're still sort of figuring out what that's going to look like, but I think we definitely want to do something.
Gizmo Brian, I'll be sad I won't see you.
Oh, bummer. Well, there's always. I think I'm going to see Gizmo Brian here in actually the week after Origins at Play.con here in Denver, Colorado.
Whoa.
So maybe we'll try to do some fun Kickstarter Quest stuff around that too. That could be. We'll see. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but yeah. Whoa, that's funny. Why did it send that as a
The
link?
website. Yeah.
plaay.con. Interesting. Cool, guys. Well, what do you say we look at some games? Shall we?
Let's do it. We
We've
got
got
15 to look at today,
we've
so
got 15 to look at. We've got the tier list here ready for them
Woo.
again. I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna have to hang up on
Perfect
that.
time. A really good time for a phone call. No, it's fine. We can wait.
Should I just? It was legendary game designer Mike Fitzgerald giving me a
Oh.
call. So maybe I could have put him live on the air. He probably would have appreciated that. No, I'll call him back after this. So yeah, we've got 15 games to look at, and the quality seems high.
Sounds good.
Seems good. I'm pretty impressed.
Could be a
Um,
very competitive week.
yeah, yeah. I'm glad that we specified last week that our tier list is relative. That's going to make
Yeah.
this ranking process maybe a little bit easier. So yeah, without further ado, why don't we just get started with Tricarion. So Mankind Man is obviously we looked at last week, and boy was that a stinker. I could not think of a game that I would like to
It's
look
almost
at
a
less.
shame. It's almost a shame to have to see it again this
Yeah,
week.
I just want it out of here. I want it gone as fast as possible. But yeah, let's dive in, guys. Let's start with Tricarion Anniversary Edition plus one more. Tricarion
Oh,
Arcane Arts, it looks like. What do we got here? We do have a video. Quite a bit of change raised.
yeah.
Well over $500,000. That's very exciting to see. I forget who I was talking to about this, but they were telling me I heard somewhere that this campaign is doing something interesting with tariffs.
Oh,
So maybe we will have a look at that later on. But before we do anything else, let's have a quick look at
gotta look at
this
the video.
video.
Hi, I'm Victor
Hi.
from Mindflash Games, and this year marks a big milestone for us. This year we are celebrating
really
the 10th
picked out of
anniversary of our
Tricarion.
company.
He's
and
got
with it,
all
the
the
game that started
Tricarion.
it all, Tricarion Legends of Illusion. Over the past
Whoa!
decade, Tricarion has grown into
That's a
beloved
Euro
favorite
game.
among heavy Euro fans. It's been published in 6
I'm sure
languages
Brian's
and
already got
ranked
this
all
one
the
at
way
home.
into the BGG Top 150 with an outstanding 8.0 rating. To celebrate
That is
its
outstanding.
10th
That's
birthday,
outstanding.
We are bringing Tricarion back to Kickstarter, where it all began, with a brand new.
I always like to
expansion,
imagine
the Arcane
them,
Arts.
somebody who's not familiar with Board Game Geek, watching this video and being like, outstanding 8.0 rating. Little do they
Yeah.
know, it actually is
Introduces
outstanding.
a new, mysterious
Hey, what
character,
up?
the Arcanist. The Arcanist travels from one location to another, adding a new set of actions to them every turn.
Great sound
and
effect
offers
work.
new companions to recruit. The Lumbering Golem, the Ethereal Spectre, the Cunning Shapeshifter, and the Sneaky Trickster. Augment your tricks with enchantments, each substituting components for more freedom in trick choices.
Oh my gosh.
And granting you various bonuses when you perform the trick.
Various
Charge your
bonuses.
Tricarion shards with arcane energies to boost your actions, even in the field.
Is this a trick-taking game? Is that why they keep saying trick, or are we being little tricksters?
No, I think it's like it's a game about magic tricks.
Oh,
If
okay.
my understanding is correct. But maybe there is a level of trick taking to it as well.
Okay, well.
Magic theme.
Theatre. In addition to the new expansion, the campaign offers the Ultimate Anniversary Edition, including
The art is
everything
very nice.
ever released for Tricarion,
Yeah.
and the anniversary.
I don't know how I feel about the
pack
box.
for those who already own
You don't like the
Tricarion.
box? Or you don't know how you
Oh.
As
feel
the
about
founder
it?
of Mindflash Games,
I
and
don't
the
know how I
development
feel.
company-
Okay, well, we're done with the video. We don't need to watch the rest of this.
Bye.
Talk to me about the box. What are your concerns here?
I don't know. It just seems like it's got a cool like magic theme, and then the box just kind of exists.
I guess I can't argue with that. It does definitely exist. Big and beige.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't hate it. I guess maybe I could imagine a
It's sleek.
flashier box.
It is sleek. You know, I can't deny the minimalism of it.
Sure. Well, what do we think this costs? I guess with and without the expansion.
What is that trying to tell me? Sorry, is that trying to tell me what the playtime of the game is next to the 12 plus?
Yeah, I think
What
that's
is-
saying 30 minutes per player.
Ah, okay.
So if you have 4 players, it's a 2-hour game.
I've never seen it do that before.
A colorful euro hidden inside of a beige euro.
Gizmo Brian, I want you to know that I spend every week coming into this with a set of fresh eyes for Euro games, and I really try to conceptualize myself playing them. You know what I mean? Like, I try to see myself playing the game, and then I think the reaction that Sam and I had, where they just like show you the board immediately, and you just feel that overwhelming sense of panic and like you have no idea what's happening, that overtakes me. And then I'm just like, I'm just kidding, I don't want to play the game. But I wish I loved Euros, because there seems to be so much strategic depth to them.
If I sat down with somebody who knew how to play this, and they were down to just bear with me while I figured it out,
Yeah.
I could see myself playing it.
Like painstakingly walk you through every step and not get annoyed when you have to re-ask a question over and over again.
Right. Maybe that's my biggest fear with playing a Euro is that I'm going to be annoying by not knowing all the mechanics right away.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think this is like $100 box probably, and then I think
I think it might be more expensive.
You think it's
I
more
was
than
gonna go with
100?
like 120 or something.
120?
I don't know.
Okay. 100 to 120. 150 euros.
Ooh.
Wow.
Woo!
171. Well, maybe there's a lot in there. There could definitely be a lot in there. Jeez.
Oh,
no
it's got
wonder.
metal coins. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay, we're sold.
I take it all back. It's got the metal coins. Hey,
Click
hey,
buy.
sign me up. Sign me up.
Oh,
If only
Brian
they
got
told
it
me how
right on the
fast they're
money.
funded.
25 for the well, okay, we'll see if he's right about 25 for the expansion. 150 for the It is 150 for the big box though. 150 euros, but you know, we'll give you that. And whoa!
Wow.
Right on it, Brian.
Right.
You're getting better at this than we are. 25 for the expansion. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, well, let's see what comes in this box.
Yeah.
It's won some awards. That's fun to see. And we got some testimonials. Always like to see that.
Yeah.
8.6 on Board Game Geek.
These people
Oh my
have
goodness.
3 games that are in the top 150 games on Board Game Geek, and that's actually insanely impressive. Like, simply no beating around the bush. That is a crazy thing to achieve.
Love this artwork. That's very
Yeah.
cool, actually. Or almost sort of like Ghibli-esque, but
Yeah.
I want to see more of that.
We got a how to play section. I really like these banners too.
Yep.
They're doing a really good job of like showing me everything in the game.
Yeah, very well put together pledge or campaign rather. Yeah, this all looks great. I'm not surprised that it's doing so well.
I will say, again, Euro games, I can't meld with them. Not a game for me. If I was to learn how to play a Euro game, this theme and this art like fascinates me to be like, this is the game that I would want to learn how to play.
Yeah, it's certainly doing enough to pique my interest, even despite the predisposition I have against this type of game. It seems cool. It seems very cool. Okay, yeah. Well, look at all this stuff, Arel.
Oh,
I think that makes a little bit of sense now. This is 150 bucks.
I love how they layered that thing out for this though. Even this in itself of seeing an image of exactly what's in the box is a cool thing to have.
Definitely. This box seems thicker than I was thinking it would be. That is a very beefy box.
Oh yeah, I think this is going to take up like a quarter of one of your shelves.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm not even going to try to make assumptions about what the gameplay is here.
Yeah.
It's just beyond the scope of what we can accomplish in a,
In
7 to 10
7
minute
to 10 minutes.
overview.
Yeah.
But
2.5 TTR boxes? Is that Ticket to Ride boxes?
That's got to be what
Is
that is.
Is that our unit of measurement?
That's how we're measuring things now.
I mean, I understand it completely, so it worked. Yeah. Wow.
Real quick before we... Oh, here we go. Shipping and tariffs. That's what we want to see. Important for backers in the U.S. At the time of this campaign's launch, current U.S. import tariffs, blah, 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 blah. Increase. To ensure that we can reliably fulfill this project, we have to add a tariff surcharge to pledges in the U.S., which is based on the price of the pledge level. This in addition to the shipping cost, and will be charged separately in the pledge manager. Okay, so they're just saying you guys pay it.
Yeah.
That's, I can't
Can you scroll
blame them
down a
for
little
it.
bit? Because it's just that they have like a table for what you're going to have to pay in different countries.
This is shipping, I think.
Yeah, but there's tariff surcharge on there too.
Oh.
So right there, scroll up a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. tariff surcharge for the U.S. would be 13 to 15 U.S.
Okay.
dollars, or $20 for the anniversary edition.
Third, yeah.
And then more if you're in one of the minor outliers. So Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's about this. Yeah. Well, different shipping, about the same tariff.
Yeah.
Right? Same tariffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, $33 in tariffs isn't that bad. I mean, honestly, that's not the whole. No, that probably is the entirety of the tariff charge that they're paying for these games. Interesting. Okay, that's certainly one way to handle it. And when you're
I'm
Go ahead.
you know,
Okay, so when you're already paying $170 for your game, and you're already paying $25 to ship it, asking you to pay $33 more is I feel like not that bad. I don't know. I wouldn't be too upset. I don't feel like that would prevent me from buying this if I was interested in buying it.
Yeah, I don't think it's the choice that if I was making the game, I think that off-putting it is not the choice that I would have made if it were my project, but I also respect them being like, yeah, it's out of our hands, you're paying the tariff for it, and no estimation, no nothing, like here is the amount right off the bat. So you make your choice now. And I respect how sure of their decision that they are, that they're just going for it.
Certainly one way to do it. I also think, it's probably influenced a little bit by this being a company outside of the U.S. And I would assume that most of or at least a majority of the orders for it are coming through from outside of the U.S. So they probably don't need, the U.S. backers in order for this to succeed.
Certainly.
And so they're not really going to cater to them.
It might be hard to believe, but I think that Euro games might be more popular in Europe compared to the United States.
You could make that claim. All right, well, that is Trickarion. Yeah. Let's rank it. What do we think?
Yeah. I mean, Trickarion truly, this company's made 3 games that are in the top 150 on Board Game Geek. This one has an 8.0. It's a re-release of it. They certainly know what they're doing, So this certainly isn't like some masterful attempt of something that, it's their first time. But I was going to say I would squarely put it in A. It's certainly an A.
Listen, if there was ever a Euro game that I would consider moving up to S, I feel like that this is encroaching on it. I don't want to come in too hot here. This is the first game we've looked at. I'll put it in A for now, but I would consider moving it up to S if we get through the rest of the night and nothing else has really impressed us too much.
Sure.
Because without really being terribly interested in Euro games, it seems like this is one that has a lot of momentum behind it. So I'll leave it at that. Oops, where'd my thing go?
Some Brian says that Euro games are not only popular in Europe anymore, but click here for the Brazilian edition. Come to Brazil, Trickarion. Come to Brazil edition.
No, I'm not clicking on that. No. It's time to move on. We spent too much time on Trickarion already. Let's look at Starleap. So Starleap, I actually have talked with the guy that runs this company a number of times. I forget how we got connected. I think it was the same. So I met like a sales rep for What's Games, which is the manufacturer that I since then used to publish Mythmash and Draft Duel. And they have like a U.S. sales rep who I talked to I saw him at a couple conventions first and had several conversations with him. And then as I was like looking at, I think it was about shipping. I was like asking him questions about, well, how do I get these games over here? He put me in touch with some other, speaking of emails, there's my little Outlook Bing. I'm not going to answer that. Or should we answer email live on stream? Would that be a fun segment? It's for like the Blue's Clues mail segment. Anyways, what was I talking about? Anyways, Eric Chen is his name, and really great guy. I think I've called him up at least a couple times now, and he's always been very, very happy to just give away his time for free and his industry secrets as well. So I really appreciate that. And so I'm probably a little bit biased coming into this. I'm probably going to rate Starleap a bit higher than it needs to. Just throwing that out there. Let's have a look. Maybe it rocks. Maybe it's warranted.
Oh my god, a whole animation.
We got a fully animated cutscene.
Introducing
Yes!
Starleap, a cosmic race through the galaxy. Choose a space cadet and start your mission. Play
These are
an
very
asteroid
cute.
card to collect the best space bug tokens. Or play a star card to move ahead and draw unique abilities that will boost your gameplay. Save for later or use it immediately to better position your team. Feeling lucky? Try your luck by jumping through warp portals. Upgrade your abilities to
interesting.
stay ahead of the game.
Are they
Every cadet
stacking?
Is unique. Choose one
Looks
that
like it.
suits your playstyle. Time your position and strategy to make the biggest leaps through space. Hit a combo and rocket to victory. Starleap, cosmic fun for the whole family. Support us now on Kickstarter.
Okay.
Okay.
Quick little in and out, minute 14 video. Brian says adult Candyland.
Brian, I will not lie. That video played and my first thought was, well, this is kind of like Candyland.
Yeah, it was a little bit like Candyland, wasn't it? The way that you're moving up. I guess I was actually thinking more like Chutes and Ladders.
Oh yeah,
The way that you got the board
maybe
that you're
that's
like
what I was
kind
thinking of. Yeah.
of. But it seems like there's some stuff going on there. To answer your question, Brian, Sabotage is his other game.
I
I
know
don't-
Sabobatage.
You know Sabotage. You've probably gotten ads for Sabotage.
I have.
Eric's company, Moco Games, I guess is what it's called now, is they have an interesting structure that I actually admire a lot, where they focus mostly on direct to consumer. So they don't, as far as I don't know if they're involved with publishers now or distributors now, but I think at least the first time I talked to them, they were handling all of it themselves. He and his team come from like more of a marketing background, like social media marketing, SEO, that sort of stuff, and they enjoy playing board games together. And so eventually they thought, well, let's just make a board game and then sell it. And so they did, and they already know how to do all the e-commerce stuff, and that's just sort of what comes naturally to them. And I kind of feel like that's going to be the future. There's certainly more money to be made in doing things yourself than in working with the distributor to get your games out there. And that is sort of what I'm doing right now with Studio Sp1cy as well. So a little bit of where that inspiration comes from. Anyways, I've talked enough about that, I think. Let's scroll down a little bit and see what we've got. So it is ages 8+. I'm imagining it is, maybe not geared towards kids, but designed with kids in mind. You kind of have to if you're going to have that 8+ thing on the box.
I mean, also we have a board that couldn't look less like a Euro board. It is just a zigzag that you move through. So.
Mm-hmm. I don't hate it though.
No, I don't hate it either.
Cutting out the middle Cutting out the middleman makes more sense for the creator. Yeah, turns out it does work that way. Man, I do kind of want to just keep talking about the e-commerce side of things, but that's not really what this show is about. What's in the box? We get a box sleeve. That's fun. Oh, it's for the deluxe upgrade edition. Okay. We get the board. We get the rule book. We get 5-player boards.
Oh, there's your upgrade sheets. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, very nice. Some cards. Some strips. Oh, I see. It's like a modular thing between the planets.
Mm.
That's kind of cool. Get some nice looking custom meeples. Got some movement cards. Acrylic standees for the deluxe edition. No, it's quite a bit of stuff. That's quite a bit of stuff to fit in one box like that.
Yeah.
What do we think it runs? What do we think
Ooh.
so we've got a deluxe version here, obviously. Oh my gosh, I gotta close Outlook. I'm sorry, guys. It keeps... Somebody's just pinging the heck out of me.
Guys, Sam just wants us all to know how popular he is.
No.
It was planned ahead of time.
That's not what it is. I think it's $100 for the deluxe edition.
Oh, for the deluxe edition?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was gonna say maybe like 80 for the deluxe edition and then like 30 for the standard edition.
Dang. I guess I got burned on the first one, so now I'm overcompensating in the opposite direction. But let's find it. Yeah, for the base game, yeah, I think 25 to 30. Yeah, now that I say that number out loud, I guess 100 for the deluxe edition does sound a little ridiculous, but let's stop teasing ourselves. Okay, 135 for the full galactic pledge. There we go. Okay.
Neoprene. Get you your metal coin. Get you one metal coin.
You gotta get the metal
Neoprene
coin.
playmat. If you're making a game and you don't have a version that gives me a neoprene playmat and a metal coin, what are you doing?
It looks like you get 2 playmats, unless I'm crazy. Looks like you got 2 things going on there.
Oh yes, plus a sabotage and a Starleap neoprene playmat.
Oh, okay. I see. So you get some sabotage stuff too. Okay. I see. Only 63 backers there. It looks like a lot of other people are sort of having the same sticker shock that we are.
Yeah.
Maybe a little overpriced there, but let's see what the base game costs, because I imagine that's going to be the main attraction here. $44 for the base game. Okay. Well, wait, is this? Yeah, I guess this is just the base game. Okay. Includes everything you need to play Starleap. Yeah. Okay.
And you're saving 25% on the Kickstarter, which means that it's going to be $55 if you try to get it from their store.
It says intended MSRP is $50. Okay. I don't know what the 25% savings is, because that's not 25% of $50.
25% of $50, $6.
Okay, well, let's keep scrolling and see what else there is.
I think the game looks cute. I do think 44 is a little steep. I think of, and I say this not because I think the game is not offering enough. I think that you have to think of a different price point in mind when advertising for a family game, because I think that a lot of times children get bored of things quickly, or they don't want to play the same game twice in a row. They want to do other things. They have wild attention spans that comes with being young. It's a standard part of life. And so I think that a reason that so many children's board games succeed, that's like in the market, like by Milton Bradley and Hasbro, is because it's like $10 to $15 to get a board game. So that's my opinion. I could be way off on this, but it seems a little steep for like a children's family game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree. I tend to agree. I don't know. Yeah, all of it seems like, just a little bit more expensive than I would expect, but he's got his
he did it.
He's funded, so I guess, would you rather sell less stuff and make more money off each of them, or more stuff and make less money off each of them? Maybe that's the conundrum that we're getting into here. Do we need to see anything more about the gameplay here? We've seen the components, we've seen the prices. We've got a how to play thing here.
Yeah.
You choose a cadet. You get this fun little player board. It looks like there's some transparency going on here. It seems like
that's the components I was telling you about. Like they upgrade stack. So once you've unlocked them, it like changes your character and it like highlights it that you have them. I think that's cool.
That is cool, yeah. I feel like we're seeing a lot of that. It seems like a very popular
That might be
mechanic these days.
2025's thing, is having those like clear sheets that go over.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, there we go. That is Star Leap. Let's rank it. I am thinking. I'm thinking B.
Yeah. Like in between B and an A, so I'd give it a B plus.
Okay. Well, let's put it at the top of B for now,
Yeah.
and see what that does for us. I don't know. I guess maybe this is in the opposite end of the spectrum from Tricarian,
Oh,
where
certainly.
it's like a little less complicated than I'm looking for, or a little less not even complicated, but it seems like it's for kids, right? It seems like it's
Yeah.
tailored to
Yeah.
the family gamer audience, and that's not really where I'm spending most of my board gaming time these days.
Yeah, we're certainly not the right market for it.
Yeah. But that being said, I think B seems fair. So that's where it will be for now. I could see moving it up to A later. We'll see where the rest of this plays out. Okay, Race to Berlin, second edition. I have a feeling I'm not going to care about this. But B for Baverage. Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, game found. Thank God. Thought it was never going to happen.
Do we really have to look at this? Do we
Let's
really have
look
to
at the
look
trailer
at
for Look at the trailer for 30 seconds.
Is there a video? Okay, there's a video.
It's only 23 seconds long.
Wow.
They even knew how much time we were willing to give it.
Dun, 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 dun. Become a commander. This is some cool After Effects work. It feels like
War game. Okay.
okay. Feels like a TV, like a Netflix series intro.
Yeah,
You know?
it did actually. The art's actually nice. The art's quite good.
Yeah, I agree. No reward selected yet. What do we think this costs? Well, let's look at it first.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know what's in there. It's for 2 players, 2 to 2.5 hours. Wow. 14 plus. Friendly shipping. Okay.
Okay.
No shipping cost. What? Oh, if you pick up at Essen. Okay. So they're going to be at Essen. Wow, good for them. Goodness. What is in the box?
They have
I feel
their
like this
they
doesn't.
have their perks. They have their they have their perks locked based on whether you're buying the Polish edition or the German edition, and I think that's very funny and competitive. If you scroll up a little bit, if it's just there.
Polish backers, German backers. They're
Pull
never
it
getting
together,
this.
German backers.
Yeah, man. European board game industry stuff is always so weird to me.
Fight, fight, fight.
2 sets of player components, each composed of a player aid, military unit tokens.
Sure.
Yep, the classic
Mhm.
war game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this definitely has more production value than
It's
most
a
of the war
much
games we
higher
look at on this
quality.
channel.
Yeah.
Here's some gameplay highlights. Now you're just
I mean,
putting the
this is
stuff
nice.
down.
Most of the war games don't even have this stuff.
No.
I don't understand what's happening still, but it's nice that they have it for the people that do,
Yeah.
care about war games and really want to know about them.
Yeah, I got to give them some props for that. Let's look at what it costs. You can be a follower for €1.
Okay. How much can I pay to?
How about for the game?
Oh, go to the rewards page. Go to the rewards page on the top, like the top tab of your browser. Kind of like yeah. All right.
That's it.
Wait, is it?
What? Did we miss it?
I'm confused.
Did we miss the pledge, or is it like only? Can you only pledge
Oh,
if
it
you
says
live
it
in
ends
Germany or?
19 hours. Yeah, are we banned from it?
Maybe you can only pledge if you live in Germany or Poland. That's the only places they're going to ship to.
Oh.
Maybe I mean I don't know that, but yeah, I don't see any. Brian says it's 75,
Yeah.
or I guess Brian thinks it's going to be $75. Yeah. Pre-orders
Okay.
will begin on June 20th, 2025. All right, that's weird.
Okay.
First time for
Well,
everything, I
whatever.
guess.
I don't even know if we can sort of rank this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if we can put this on the thing.
Yeah, I hesitate to, but I think we're obligated. I think it's getting an obligatory B.
Yeah, just
B
keep it
for
right in the middle.
beverage.
B for
Putting it at the bottom
beverage.
of B.
Okay. B for Berlin. B for Battle of Berlin.
That's right, yeah. It was sort of
All right.
born to be in the B tier.
Brian said, what if you click to back it?
Okay. What if I click to back it? Choose a reward. Add to pledge. Or I guess maybe you want me to click this thing up here, back this project.
Yeah, the back this project? Yeah. Is it just going to take you down to the...
Yeah,
Yep,
just
okay.
goes right there.
Just with the American flag there, so...
Yeah, it looks like this.
Special reward for those who want to wait for more stable tariff situations. They literally will not let Americans back it. Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Welcome, y'all. Okay.
I guess that's what it is.
All right.
Anyways, Good Puppers 2. The namesake of our stream tonight.
And as I learned through Sam before the stream started, the sequel to Good Puppers.
That's right. Yeah, that is weird, isn't it, Brian? They're asking you to back and wait for a more stable tariff situation, but they also aren't going to tell you how much the game is. A little weird. A little weird. Gotta say. All right, Good Puppers 2. So there is already a game called Good Puppers out there. I assume this is the sequel. Looks like we've got some non-puppers in here this time, namely a... Well, is that a raccoon, or is that just a raccoon-looking dog?
It's just a raccoon-looking dog, yeah.
Okay, well, he's even got, like, the fingers, though. I don't know, it's looking pretty raccoony to me. Anyways, $25K in the bank, 779 backers, no video.
Chris Sislak. I know the name Chris Sislak.
Yeah, Osmati Games. Yep, I'm familiar with them.
Oh, I know Asmati Games. Yeah, that's Chris Sislak's company. Of course.
Okay, well, there you go.
I think we're friends on Facebook.
Whoa, no way.
Just a bit of a crazy name drop there for you.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, they make one deck dungeon. That is.
Yes.
And we didn't play test this. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Okay.
Good Puppers 2. Okay, so we've got some cards. It's 1 to 5 players. 2 different solo modes. Wow. 30-ish minutes. Easy to teach. Infinity fun. Wow, bold claim.
That's very fun.
10 cute pupper pins available. There are only 10 of these ever made. Wow. Those look... Oh, wait. Maybe there's 10 different designs. Maybe that's what they're saying.
Yeah. Maybe I guess.
Looks cute. We're doing
Sticker
stickers,
fun.
too.
Cute
Wow,
stickers.
They certainly know their audience here. Okay, we've got a how to play section. Your puppers want to bury bones in your yard. Face up cards are pups. Face down cards are bones.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool system of having a use for the front and the back of cards.
When you play a pupper, use its effect. You're going to bury some bones. Bury something bones here becomes bury 2 bones here because you have 2 goldens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure.
As your yard accumulates these excellent dogs, they group by breed. The more matching pups you collect, the stronger their abilities become. The main objective of the game is for your pups to bury as many bones as possible in your yard. Each bone starts out with the value of 1 point, but can improve. Okay. Very nice artwork. I wish we could get kind of a closer look at some of that because it looks great. Maybe that'll be down later here. Get some pupper tips. Okay.
Rascals. Oh, yeah, there was a raccoon.
Oh, yeah. See, I know a raccoon when I see one. Each rascal has a scheme it wants to complete. That's funny.
I like Rascal.
That's a great name for a raccoon.
2 solo modes.
There's kind of a lot of text
Yeah,
for a game about dogs.
certainly so. Oh, your yawn made its way over
Oh,
to
I'm
me.
sorry.
Jeez, it's okay.
Over the power of the internet. We've got some. Wow, we don't see Twitch streams on here every day.
Yeah,
But sure
3
enough.
different videos from people playing it. Interesting.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. Is this
It's more syllable than I have players. That's funny.
do I like pins? Yeah, you know I like pins. Look at this. 10
I mean, those are
different
cute
pins.
pins. Those are
I agree.
cute
I'm
pins.
almost more interested in the pins than I am in the game. Not to knock the game, but those pins look pretty nice. Okay, we got different pledge levels here. All the way up to 450. Oh, you get 60 copies of the game. Okay. That is a lot of puppers.
That's a lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah, truly. What is that per game?
Are you doing it right now? You want me to
Yeah,
do
I'm
it?
getting the calculator out. 450 divided by 60 is going to be 750 a game. Holy
That's
smokes.
pretty crazy.
Almost makes me just want to buy a case of these and sell them on
Just
eBay.
invest. Yeah, this is our
Yeah, that's funny.
folks. If you're looking for a way to weather out the potential financial crisis facing America
Yeah.
right now,
We've got
invest in good puppers too.
We've got a blossoming investment opportunity for you.
Yeah.
Get in on the ground floor of good puppers too. That's funny.
The art is really nice. Big fan of the art.
Mm-hmm. Got to sell a bunch of them to get it back, though. Okay, well let's math this out real quick because there's not really much else for us to look at on this campaign. So if you buy them for $7.50 a piece, sell them for $15,
Yeah.
right? So you got to sell 30 games, then half of the stock, in order to make back your reward. If you sell them for 20 a piece, now you only need to sell 22 of those. Sounds pretty easy. Sell them for 30 a piece. I think now you only need to sell 15. Is that right? 15. Yeah. You only sell 15 copies at $30 at 30 bones a coffee. That's a little dog joke for you.
Hey,
Because
wow.
folks following along.
You rascal.
Following along at home. Yeah. Anyways, whatever. That is cool though. Yeah. So here's all the.
Paying $25 for good puppers and good puppers too is a crazy deal. I mean, that's really good.
Yeah. Yep. Certainly a good deal. Lots of people seem to think so as well. I think that is the most popular tier.
Yeah.
So yeah, somebody
Except
did
for
back
one
this.
person. Somebody did it. They did the
Somebody did.
math.
They're thinking the same thing we're thinking. Oh my gosh, what a steal! I'm gonna be rich. Okay, well that is good puppers. I feel like we didn't really learn that much about gameplay.
I don't even know. Yeah, it's fine.
We also didn't really get a very close look at the artwork of the game, which is kind of the
Well,
two
whose
main
fault
things
is
that I
that? It's
like
not
to see.
my fault.
Yeah.
I looked at the campaign.
Alright,
I'm
good.
thinking B tier.
You thinking B for good puppers?
Yeah.
That seems fair.
Yeah, I'm not saying top of B, but yeah. You can hang
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
He's trying to get buddy. All right.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Such a
We've got
big fan.
Vesta. Cooperative Mahjong-style asteroid mine tile matching game with pirates.
Listen, here's what I will say. It sounds like a lot, but co-op games are my favorite type of game. And Quinn, my partner, who is Taiwanese, has recently taught me the rules of Mahjong. So I'm kind of interested in what this is offering right now.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's watch a video and find out. It is a Kickstarter project we love. And they're
Oh.
based out of Arlington, Texas. I grew up not too far from there.
Oh, of course, the Mahjong capital of the world, Arlington, Texas.
That's right.
We trained in Antarctica.
No. Okay, that was horrible. Horrible start to the video. I do not like the sound at all. This is hurting my ears.
We learned to tolerate the dark. And, in fact, lights out here on Vesta is some kind of beautiful.
What?
But we are here to work.
This is a
Honestly, we are making
an old hand and an old voice.
pile of credits.
I'm wondering if this is like a
Still, the work isn't
passion
without
project
risk.
by an older person.
There's the equipment.
Maybe.
Sometimes there are problems with that. And then, of course, there are the jeez, pirates. Well, get out the weapons. Our force field will protect us some.
I don't know if I can do this.
Okay, Grandma.
I don't know if I can do 3 minutes of this.
Look, about carrying pirates.
Now a word from Vesta. Well, there she is. Why is the sound quality so much better
Why are
on
you
this
so
clip?
far away? Why are you so far away from us?
Come here, come a little closer. It's okay.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to learn how to play Vesta.
And play with tiles. Pretty basic, but it is something that I enjoy. And one of the things that I really enjoy about this game is the fact that I am doing a Mahjong matching technique, and that I get to pull tiles and flip tiles and fix tiles because it's inevitable you're going to scoot them around. And I like building.
Wait, did you just chuckle there, or was that somebody else behind the camera?
I think it was me, babe.
Okay.
And
We
I
should just-
like building. Building things, taking things,
whatever.
matching things to take.
I was laughing at Brian saying there's no free sound effects anywhere ever.
It's just fun.
It's just
And the
fun.
fact that I get
Can I
to
say
have
that
you-
this game has maybe one of the best board game box arts we've seen in a while? Like, it's really good, and it is not matching the game or this woman presenting it at all.
Not even a little bit. This is an awful trailer. I'm sorry. This is a really, really bad
it's
video for your
certainly
Kickstarter
not getting
campaign.
anything. Do you know that you could? I don't know if this woman knows it, but actually, if you turn your phone sideways, it becomes horizontal. We can actually see the things on it.
No,
You
dude, it's
open up the
optimized for
video, hang on.
TikTok.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
She's posting this to TikTok later. Please backvest. Please clap.
Can you make one of these for the merch page for Studio Spicy?
Yeah, yes, I can.
Please buy Studio Spicy merch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's take a look at the campaign.
I will say the game. I'm still interested in the game. The game seems
Yeah.
like it could be cool.
It is
That was
not
just a
lost.
truly awful video. Also, these cards suck.
These are really bad cards.
What's
You
weird
know,
is the
you-
art is fine, but the graphic design is like, what is
You
going
paid
on?
somebody good money to make that box art. I saw it with my
Yeah.
eyes.
Is that?
Get that person to help make the cards.
Yeah. I can't tell if this is AI though. The art on these cards. I guess it says work in progress, so probably
Work in
not.
Progress. They haven't.
What do you mean work in progress?
Yeah.
What do you mean work in progress?
Wait,
what
aren't
are
you
talking
selling me
about?
a game? Wait. You're selling me a game. Don't work in progress your cards on the front to me. Have prototypes of your cards. Or at the very least prototypes. I want finished cards.
None of the rest of this looks like work in progress. Also, this looks way nicer than the cards that we saw. I just can't tell,
Yeah.
Arel. I can't tell what's going on with this game.
What's happening anymore? Why are they putting rocks on here? Do I get these rocks?
Here's the tiles.
Yeah. So I'll tell you. The tiles are... So in Mahjong, your standard tiles are numbered 1 through 9 with your symbols. So you have those here. And then you have the 4 winds, which are represented by whatever these kind of chemical things are. And then they've kind of added these like pirate symbols. I don't know. I think there's something here. Like, I think it's interesting. I just don't know what's happening. And it says that they've made 13 games. Which seems like at this point,
Yeah, right.
you
Grandma.
gotta get it. You gotta get it together.
Well,
If you've made 13 games, wow.
some of these are looking a little rough around the edges. 15% funded, 39% funded, and then 434% funded. Interesting.
I bet they lowered the funding goal each time.
0% funded. 16%. Okay, so we made a lot of projects. It doesn't look like we've had a lot of hits yet.
Yeah. Well, their first hit is Vesta.
Yeah, I guess they're figuring it out, I suppose. What do we think Vesta costs?
It's got mahjong tiles.
Yeah, it can't be cheap.
My guess would be, I mean, it's got to be at least $45. So I'm gonna round it up to 50.
50 sounds right. Somewhere between 40 and 50.
Brian's turning at 60.
65.
65.
65. Brian is on it tonight. Brian's on a tear.
This is the game and just the game. Oh, and the alien invasion tiles. Okay.
Don't
Weird
do
to
it
word
this
it
way.
like that, but
Yeah, don't do
that
that.
doesn't help. It's not okay. $105 plus deluxe bits.
Jeez.
Okay. After quite a chunk of change.
Did board games just get like way more expensive within the past 7 days since we did this last time? I feel like the games we looked at last week were not this pricey.
Well, they have a section called U.S. tariffs, and then another section called a few words about U.S. tariffs.
Immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
This is already more than a few words. We anticipate the tariffs messing us up. We've already had our manufacturer produce the first 1,000 copies? What do you... Okay.
That's crazy. I'm going to let you handle this one, Sam.
What do you mean you've already had the manufacturer produce the first 1,000 copies, and you're still showing me work in progress stuff up here? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Work in progress.
And
Hello?
Also, how many copies have they sold so far? Can we see how many people have backed it?
139.
That is, I think, to go straight to 1,000 from 139 is kind of crazy.
Well, 1,000 is
that
pretty standard for a minimum print run, yeah. Some manufacturers will let you do 500, but in general, 1,000 is kind of the minimum print run. And also, most campaigns set their their minimum funding goal at the amount that it would cost to print 1,000 copies of it. And then they just fulfill from there and hold on to the rest of the copies and sell them. And that's where they're actually going to make the money. But yeah, what else do we have? What are we saying here? Am I going to pay for the tariffs? Is that what we're saying? In any event, we will have games for you, so please pledge so we can continue to move forward.
They're waiting.
They're going to wait. Okay. Okay.
I do like that they have a whole section saying, we have no idea what's going to happen with the tariffs, so we're waiting. And then immediately under it says, why back now? Yeah, good question. You're not giving me a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah. And wait, is this the same section? U.S. tariffs and a few words about tariffs? This is the whole section, is this one image.
I love them. I love these old people. God bless them.
Yeah, old people are the best. All right. Yeah, that is Vesta.
Okay.
I don't know. After all of this, I'm still interested in the game. We just really have not done a very good job.
The game sounds interesting. You still
fostering that
I
excitement.
just don't know anything about the game.
Yeah. Well, there's videos for us to watch down here if we really wanted to. Here's Rado doing a video on it.
Dude, Rado is non-stop this year.
I think he covers every game.
Every Kickstarter that we look at, Rado is running through it.
He certainly does run through them. And is he hanging out with Might I Suggest a Game? Is that who that is? Okay, we gotta watch this now.
Okay, guys, so we're gonna play this game.
No! Don't show me a video. Don't show me an ad.
Hey everyone, this stream is sponsored by Dragon
Today
Shield.
on Rado Runs Through, we are previewing a prototype of Vesta. But before I get going, please turn your subtitles on.
Alright, so I'm gonna start by
Oh yeah, that's absolutely. Why
Same
suggest a
stack.
game?
That's
Whatever.
right. You can only apply.
Okay. Yeah, that's Vesta, everybody. Oh, these are cute. How do I get these guys? Our mascot.
Ron.
Oh, for $25, I guess. That's how you get those.
Bad. I'm
That's right,
thinking. I'm thinking it's
thinking
going to C
C.
tier. I'm
Yeah.
thinking C tier. Yeah.
I'm thinking C tier for Vesta.
You have too fascinating of a
So
game to end up in B
unfortunate.
tier. Also, what again? I cannot deal with how good this board game.
Yeah, here's
Like-
the high res image. It looks
looks
fantastic.
It looks really good.
And
The
I
art
liked the
good,
way that the
logo on
board
top
looked
good.
too. When they had the game
Yeah.
spread out and they were doing the Mahjong thing, and it looked good. It looked fun. I was interested, but man, they're really fumbling with the campaign. This might get the. I know we have an award for best campaign. If we had an award for worst campaign, it would
Yeah.
certainly be going to Vesta. Because man,
The
you
art-
really just got to do better than that.
The art is good. Brian's right. It's got good art. You know, it's like it just needs to get a hold of itself.
Agreed. Yeah, it might be the
All
art
right.
winner so far. I don't know. Tricarion is pretty artsy as well. I like the Tricarion art, but I could
Yeah.
give it to Vesta just to be sort of cheeky.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things.
Let's see if somebody can do better than that, though. So it is Vesta.
Perhaps Neon Hope.
I neon hope that this campaign is a little better structured than Vesta's. $15 U.S. tariff limit. Wow, we are really in the thick of it now with
Wow.
tariff talk.
I have to say, and this is we've mostly the ones that really want to talk about tariffs, like right off the bat, is Germany, which I think that's like a cultural thing of Germans to be straight into the like not beating around the bush. Every German game we've looked at is just like, you Americans would pay $15 in tariffs. There's no question about it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you, Germany. Thanks. Have a good day.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
let's have a look.
Berlin, sometime in
Berlin.
the near future, where many
Okay.
people still hope for a better world. But dystopia.
Oh,
This looks like a pretty good world.
Are you ready to fight back? Imagine you are
Another one of
Lex
these
Krajewski,
games, huh?
a bouncer with anger issues. You are looking
Oh,
for
anger
your friend
issues.
at the Siphon, a notorious electro club in the east of Berlin. You start your search by investigating the dance floor, check your matching attribute, and play a card from your hand to boost your chance of success. Then, flip a modifier. Success! Time to flip the card and find out what happens next. On the dance floor, you meet Maxine Wagner, who you can recruit for your cause. But the corporations are always watching, so you have to fight back and hack their systems. No matter if you win or lose, the story always continues. Explore a unique European
Okay.
science fiction setting where cyberpunk meets solarpunk.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe not as dramatic as the voiceover work made that out to be, but sure. I mean, that's not a bad video. We got a small taste of the gameplay. It's a storytelling card game, which I think is a unique hook. We don't see that too often. Games that focus on storytelling. But for what it's worth, there
Yeah.
was plenty of like game there too. It seemed like
Yeah.
you get your own deck of cards, and you're like flipping stuff over, trying to resolve events, and they made a specific point of the story progresses whether you win or lose. So that's that could be interesting. I'm one thing I'm not really sure on at all right now is like the scope of this. I have no idea if this is just like going to be a small box deck of cards and some tokens, or if this is going to be like a giant campaign box that's going to take you like years to play through.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look.
Let's scroll down and find out, shall we? Neon Hope storytelling card game. Let's find the components before we get to the prices. Before we take a
Yeah.
guess at that. I like this character artwork. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. 400 cards.
400 cards. Your choices
bad.
matter. Unique European sci-fi setting. I guess I don't really I'm not sure why they keep throwing European around. What is the distinction between American and European sci-fi?
I think they just want to say that they're not American. I think that's really just all they're going for right now.
Perhaps. Will the tech giants take over? Seems like probably. 1 to 4 players, fully cooperative, 90 to 120 minutes. Yeah, that's
2 hours of playing a card game is a little crazy.
Yeah, but you're telling a story. It
Yeah.
seems in line with what I would expect from this type of experience. Okay. Got some stretch goals. 1,000 euros. How much did this? Oh, I guess we haven't unlocked that yet. Oh, well, okay. Dang, spoilers. Base game, 69 euros. 1 game box, 4 character standees, 136 character cards, 264 scenario cards.
I think it's 400, yeah.
I'm still trying to put together how this plays.
Yeah, I feel like the other thing about these kind of games, which I love story games and I play them all the time, is that they're very non-replayable. You know what I mean? They're sort of one and done.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Oh, can you scroll down a little bit? Neon Hope base game offers a complete experience, includes 4 playable characters and a self-contained 5-act story campaign entitled A Better Humanity. Okay.
So it's 1 story. It's a 5-act story. And presumably there will be expansion. I guess we've already got 1 expansion here. A Hopeful Cause. Okay. I guess this is just going to be this company's flagship game, because their company is called Hopeful Games.
Yeah.
Neon Hope. We've got a Hopeful Cause expansion already. Sure. I mean, this seems... I don't know. Is this enough stuff to warrant... How much money? What is that in dollars? $70, $80?
It's a lot. It's a lot for just cards.
Yeah.
Quite steep.
Yeah, I think I would have clocked it at more like, I don't know,
40
50
or 50, yeah.
Yeah. I guess stuff's just getting more expensive.
Yeah.
It is weird though that it seems like it happened in 1 week. 1 week went by and all of a sudden prices go way up.
Went crazy. Yeah.
100% AI free. That is nice to see. Although I don't know that we need to like flaunt it like that. I don't know. That's nice. That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Do we see something about tariffs? Yeah, here we go. Shipping. Yeah, here we go. Shipping, taxes, and tariffs. $15 U.S. tariff. Oh, right. Up at the top, they mentioned this already. U.S. tariff limit guaranteed. It will not go over $15. Okay.
That's nice.
But still, okay. So that means that you're gonna pay $80 for the game, $30 to ship it, and $15 in tariffs. You're paying like $125, and what you get is, oh gosh, yeah, this is a long campaign. This is kind of too much stuff. I don't need all this information. I feel like you could probably communicate this a little more concisely. I'm paying $125, and this is what I get. I don't know. I just don't know about that. I can get a lot of stuff for $125.
Yeah.
Well, we'll set that part of it aside. Although we probably do need to consider that while we're ranking it. That is sort of part of the deal. I guess I should say I was done looking at this. Did you have anything else you wanted to add about Neon Hope before we rank it?
I got nothing.
Okay.
I think I'd put it in C. That'd be my response. I don't think it's a D. I think it's got enough stuff.
I would even put it in B, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's better than Vesta. I think I'd rather play. I'd rather pay $120, and you like know pretty well what I'm getting. It's a nice package. It's nice artwork. They've told me something about the gameplay. You know, if I'm into story games, this is probably right up my alley. Is it overpriced? Yeah, probably. But you know, at least it seems like it's a known quantity. We know how overpriced it is, as opposed to Vesta, where it's like I just couldn't really tell you what's going on here. Okay, well, B tier is getting pretty crowded. Kind of thinking it might be time to move Starleap up to A, but let's do one more first.
Yeah.
And before we make that call, really quick, I'm gonna go grab a drink before we continue. My getting a little bit dry over here, so I'll be right back.
Brian, to answer your question, you did not miss anything exciting. It was a story-based board game, like a story-based narrative card game, and it was, as you saw towards the end, kind of pricey for. I mean, 400 cards is quite a few cards, but again, just to spend a lot of money on it is, sort of ridiculous. And also, as I'm sure you know, a Euro game for 125 is deeply replayable. You can play it over and over and over again. A narrative card game with a 5x story, you play once through, and then you obviously can't really replay it. So I think replayability should always affect, your price point for something, and that was simply not the case for this game.
I'm taking the hat off too. Enough of the hat.
Okay.
All right. Next up on the list is A Way Back Home. Can't really tell much about it at all by the main cover card here. We're going to create links to long forgotten locations of mystical power. Alrighty. We're fully funded with only 59 backers. It's got to be rolling right? That's the only time this ever makes sense. This is a roll, right?
Yeah.
Let's find out. Nope, that's a box. Whoa. Looks pretty nice. Whoa!
I like that art. That's really good art.
Very nice art. Okay, don't love the trailer.
I didn't learn anything about the game.
I think,
unfortunately, hate to say it.
Probably would have been better to, like, if this is all you're going to say, you can probably just throw this together in a video editing software instead of, like, filming it. I don't know. I don't love the slow pan to the cards. Like, you slowly taking the card from in front of the camera and putting it down on the table. That's kind of a... I don't know. I don't love that. But I do love the art. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Looks like hand-painted watercolor to me. So, very cool. The story. I don't care about the story of the game, really. I would like to know the story of how the game came to be. But this is just about the game. I would like to see some gameplay, maybe. 4 double-sided player boards. 6 different characters with unique abilities. Okay. Are there only 6 cards here? And why do they have square corners? Game cards don't have square corners. Did anybody tell you? 4 cloth bags, 128 crystals.
We gotta get some, like, Kickstarter Quest merch that has a hat that just says game cards don't have square corners. Like, just a bunch of the classic things we say over and over again.
Yeah, that would be... Yeah, we could get some good merch going, I bet. Card art good, box art meh, opposite of Vestia, yeah. I think I agree with that, Brian.
Yeah.
How to play. Choose a side to play with. Each board has the same base rules plus unique variations. Then we've got some cubes. We're going to play crystals on the board. You must draw exactly 3 crystals from your bag. Play crystals on the board. We already did that, I thought. You must place one of them. Okay. Then you refill the bag. Instead of playing... some boards will include unique components that modify the base rules. Characters may be disabled when any player reaches a certain location on their board. I don't get it. I really don't get it. This is not very explanatory. Okay, well now here's the video.
There's our guy we were looking for, Sam, in chat just now.
Oh, thanks for tuning in. We do actually need one more follower, so.
Yeah, so Silvery rollback.
I'll consider
something.
I'll consider buying up some of your viewers if you hit that follow button for me real quick. How about that? Seems fair to me.
All right, what is happening in this game? I don't understand.
Nobody knows.
Can I buy the prototype, please? Nobody asked that.
What is this? This is just what people are saying?
Yeah, but there's no quotes for them, so we don't know who's saying them.
Gameplay is cool. This is a great game.
Cool. It's a great game. Love the world building project. Very good core mechanism of bag building and being forced to play and relinquish part of what you draw every time you draw. That's what I'm always saying when I write a blurb for a game.
I love this game.
That exact, really smooth phrase.
This is not quite as bad as Vesta's campaign, but it's certainly up there. Certainly up there. It costs 27 euros, 31 bucks. Or you can buy an adventure bundle. I don't know what that is. You get 1 copy of Zura. I don't know what that is. Here's the World of Zura. But we've not really explained what that is. Or you can buy just the World of Zura. What?
Yeah, the old World of Zura.
Whatever.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, I've really got nothing else to say about this.
Yeah.
I like the art. That's about it. That's about all that I like. But they passed their funding goal, just barely, so I guess good for them.
Yeah, they certainly did.
That is a way back home, and I am kind of thinking D tier.
I'm thinking D tier. I'm thinking our first D tier of the night.
It's nice. I don't know. That looks nice.
Yeah.
It's just not really pretty. Not really a game. It's not really a game crowdfunding campaign. That's you got to be more specific than that. Can't even get D-list creators like Brian to provide content. Brian, if they'd sent you a copy of this game, would you have reviewed it for them? Yeah, it's true. The art is not bad, even in the bottom games tonight. We do have lots of good artwork, just not a lot of great games to back it up. Unfortunately,
nothing's really.
Maybe MIT will change that for us.
It has made 315,000 yen, which is
that's always a good sign. When I see that yen symbol, that usually correlates to a good game. So
yeah.
Let's see if this follows the trend.
Or at the very least, we usually see a very concise game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A game that knows what it is and just wants to tell you what it is right off the bat.
Yep. I'm predicting a very well-run campaign here, a refreshingly well-run campaign, and maybe even an interesting game to pair with it. Outplay, calculate, and aim for the middle, a heated brain battle with a new system.
Okay.
That is Mid. I do like this logo quite a bit. Mid.
I like the art. I like the numbers on it. Yeah. 10 to 15 minutes to play.
Oh, come on, Mid.
Tell me on it. Let's see it.
Close this out. You brought us in, now close the deal.
Really pretty box art. I like that.
Yep.
Intense duel mode and party battle mode.
Okay.
I love a party battle.
I do like just the PowerPoint presentation set to
It
music.
really is a frickin' PowerPoint. Distribute all the cards numbered 1 through 20. Use addition and subtraction of player cards strategically. In the end, the player who plays the exact middle card gets the points.
Oh, that's kind of fun. Use
Okay.
addition and subtraction to player cards strategically. In the end, the player who plays the exact middle card. Oh, that's kind of fun. So I play a
Yeah.
card, and then my next turn I play another card, and I either subtract or add it to the card that I just played. And I want to have the middle card. I want my card to be worth the middle value at the end of the game. Is that the whole thing?
Yeah, I think so. Well, we'll see. First, let me briefly explain the rules for 2 players.
I like that we're in first person in this PowerPoint.
Victory condition. The first one to gain 5 points wins. Deal cards, play your last card together. Counting from both ends, find the middle card. Did not see what that final step was. The player who plays the middle card gets the points. Okay.
Okay, never mind. I don't get it anymore.
Use the cards numbered 1 to 20. Shuffle and deal 10 cards to each player. True. Players must decide turn order and choose a line card. On their turn, they place 1 card in ascending order next to their line card.
This guy didn't choose a line card.
Until you get used to it, move the 3 crown pieces as a guide in the middle. No, you're losing me with every step. I'm not sure I understand anymore. When all players only have 1 card left, play it simultaneously. Right. Counting
This
from
card
both
becomes
ends.
the perfect middle.
10.
What?
Why? That's not how the
Because
median works.
it's in a line. We've got 18 over here. We've got 1 over here.
Is 18 the median number? No.
No, 18 is just the greatest number. This is the
Sorry, so is
highest
10
number.
the median number?
In this distribution, yes. Because it goes 1, 5, 9,
Yeah.
18, 16, 11. 10 is in the middle of those numbers. I
Yeah.
kind of get it.
That's not really how median works, I don't think, in mathematics. But because don't you have to?
What do you mean? Don't you have to what?
Don't you have to like add up all the numbers and then find? Or is median truly just the middle number in the set?
It's the middle number, yeah.
Okay, I'm bad at math.
Who knows?
Really went after.
You're thinking
I went
of
after
mean.
degrees.
The mean.
Oh,
is
I
what
am
you're
thinking of mean. You're right. My apologies. Okay. Right.
Okay.
You like had me for a second. Aim for the middle with your cards.
I'm still a little bit sold on it. I think this is not a great how to play video. I think
Yeah.
we're
There's
losing
probably
a little
some
bit in
there's probably
translation.
Translation, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a great video though. Got to dock some points for the video.
Yeah. Ultimate number battle. Right.
It's a simple yet strategic card game played with numbers. Use addition, subtraction, and 3 special roll cards to aim for the perfect middle. Okay.
Sold out in 10 minutes.
Sold
on day 1
out.
of Japan Game Market 2024.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool actually. Man, I gotta get over to Japan. I gotta start selling my stuff there.
553% funded in Japan. Exclusive crowdfunding. 100% of testers at the event purchased it. A hidden
Wow.
gem. Hard to get without a reservation. That is a bloody lie to write about your card game. I kind of respect that. Hard to get without a reservation.
It's a very Japanese line to write about your card game. That's like how everything goes over there. Now with an English manual launching worldwide on Kickstarter.
Well, buddy, all I gotta
This
say,
is
and I
just
mean
in
this truly and
Japanese.
honestly, is I do hope that your English manual reads a little better than your PowerPoint presentation video.
Oh, who are these guys? I like
Oh, look at the
them.
little Japanese illustrations. Oh, God bless.
I like them quite a bit. Think, calculate, and then think some more. If I play 8 here, my card will be discarded. Alright, let's go for it and add instead. You're losing me, buddy.
Mm-mm.
Don't really get it. I need somebody to teach this game to me.
Can you scroll up for a second? There's a quote that I wanted to read.
How far up?
Just go up a little more. Perfect. My favorite that is loved by thinkers, even Mensa members IQ 140 plus enjoy. That might be my favorite blurb I've seen on any game that we've looked at so far.
That is very funny. I gotta hand it to them. That is very funny. $16 for the base game. That's not bad.
No, not at all.
I expect to pay more in shipping probably than.
I worry about tariffs. Also, they have a use of AI thing. I wonder if it's just for language. Surely nothing here could be
Entirely free of AI involved.
Yeah, translation.
Yeah. Oh no, it's even. However, AI translation.
Oh, just for the Kickstarter page. That's
okay.
fine.
Yeah, don't care. Don't even put that on there. That's not what this is
That's
for.
what we said this every time. That's not what people care about. The AI thing people care about is not the English translation.
Yeah. All right. I like mid. I think I don't like it quite as much as I was hoping I would, but it's like solidly B.
Yeah, I would either put it at the bottom of B, or maybe not below Berlin. Maybe we kick Berlin to C.
Yeah, we got to do some housekeeping here. I think this goes like this. Put it in front of Vesta still.
Yeah.
And I think we might even go like this.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like that.
Okay.
I don't know. Is it really an A
that.
tier game? I don't know.
I say no, but I think this is good where it's at right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's leave it like that then.
I mean, and who's to say that we're not going to get a day that's just all B tier games? Like, we can't move somebody to an S just because we run out of room in B.
That's true. That's true. That is true. All right.
Okay.
I always like the bell curving these things, anyways. Yeah.
Brian, I don't want to hear about any more math, okay? Just watch the whole game about math, and I feel stupid for not understanding it, because even Mensa geniuses love playing it. So, please no more math references till stream ends.
Maybe this will be a little more your speed, Arel. Next up, we have flippers. Teams of Antarctic explorers compete for food in an ever-changing environment. Are the penguins the explorers, or are the penguins the food?
That's what I assumed that they meant.
Certainly the former, not the latter.
Hmm.
All right. 25K of a 667 goal. What are you talking about? Rolling right.
The standard number.
Gotta be, right? Let's find out.
Teams of brave Antarctic explorers discover valuable crates of food.
Oh, an elephant.
Command your team as you compete to stash away as much food as possible to win. Activate card powers to bump, turn, and flip
a little house music
as you build up an exciting chain of events on every turn.
An exciting chain of events.
Flippers is quick to set up and easy to
we've been
featuring beautiful hand
bumping and grinding to some of the songs I've been playing during these
team of explorers
today.
Play head to head.
That's right.
Or buddy up together with friends to form the ultimate team in Flippers, an Antarctic fight for food.
Hi there, I'm Mike Peacock, game designer of Flippers, and I'll show you a little snippet of how it's played.
Each of your explorers will have a power, as described at the top of the card. The arrow on each card will show which explorer will be affected by that power. From a hand of 2 cards, play a card in any orientation next to another card. Now, activate that card's power. This power will turn a card.
Oh,
Once that's done, you must activate all of your team's face-up cards in whatever order you wish. So first, I will get 1 point from Puck. Lovely stuff, thanking you. I'll replace this guy so I can get closer to the food card. Now the food card will only award points at the very end of the game. But it looks like I'm going to get switched out on the next player's turn, so not so good.
Okay.
My final card has been flipped face down, so I can't activate that card. All that's left for me to do now is to draw a card. At its core, Flippers is all about building a fun chain of events.
You don't
add in more
activate this one too again?
Every turn. Everyone has the same goal of trying to stash away as many fish tokens as they can, but how you choose to get them is completely different.
And if you ever get stuck, each of the rules are printed on the side of the box.
Yeah, I see it.
Now, I've had a flipping great time designing Flippers, and I hope you enjoy it too.
Thank you, Mike Peacock.
All right, flippers. Yeah.
I'm going to say something a little controversial.
Okay.
I do not like the art. I did not like that art.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like the theme. The theme doesn't make any sense for the mechanics at play here.
Yeah, you're right.
This feels way more like a fantasy, grab the treasure type thing.
Yeah.
Than like penguins and Antarctic animals scrounging for food. Also, they're not Antarctic
Well, I guess they call it
explorers.
flippers because it's like because you're flipping things. Some of them flip.
Yeah.
So it's like a play on words. But I agree that it doesn't really.
You know what game does that much better than this, though, is Captain Flip. Game that came out last year. Similar mechanic at play. You've got these cards, and you sort of flip them around. Actually, a very strikingly similar gameplay here, actually.
Now that you show it, I'm like, oh, wow, huh, yeah.
You place cards, and you activate the effects on them, and sometimes some effects will let you flip cards, and that's why it's called Captain Flip. And it's like there's
Brian says that not everything needs to be fantasy, Sam.
I'm sorry. I guess we all have our favorite themes, huh? But I guess I'm just not quite sure whose favorite theme is penguins.
Not similar at all. This is pirates, and that was penguins. Brian, you need to understand that as soon as this stream ends, Sam's going to tune into a real-time live stream of the polar ice caps melting and smile. That's how much he looks at this theme with disdain. Man, I just don't like the art, though. I think above all, there's something... It kind of gives me the energy of like a early 2000s like children's book.
Yeah, not in a good way that I like.
Matches the game, yeah.
Yeah. The game, for what it's worth, though, seems interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
I like the mechanics.
It's sound. Yeah.
I just don't really care for
I mean, I do just say props to them for teaching me how to play the game, and I do actually, out of all the games maybe we've looked at tonight, I could probably, like, if I was being graded on a score, tell you I understand flippers more than anything. If somebody said to me, pick any of the games you looked at tonight, I'm going to give you a quiz on how to play the game, I would probably say, yeah, I guess I'd choose flippers because I think I understand it.
Yep. Also comes in a nice small box. That's fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess $20 to $25 for flippers.
Yeah, I was going to say 20 is my guess.
25 US dollars. 18
Not terrible.
pounds. Yeah, that feels about right. And it ships to anywhere in the world. Cool.
Okay.
Anything about tariffs? Not to check that every time, but...
USA. Due to the changeable nature of the U.S. government, we are unable to state what the situation will be.
Okay.
We can only confirm that you as the person pledging are the importer and therefore responsible for any and all local tariffs, taxes, and duties.
Very cool. All right, well, that's... That is flippers, everybody. Flippers. Let's rank it.
I think flippers either goes, to me, at the bottom of B or the top of C.
Yeah. Well, mid is kind of the line here for me. Is it better or worse than mid?
Are you saying that mid is our middle game?
I am saying that, yes. In fact, maybe we should put it in the middle just to sort of keep that.
It succeeded with everything it was meaning to do.
Maybe that's why Mensa members love it so much. It has all the foresight.
40 plus IQ understands. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. This is fine to me.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think I agree. Okay, let's keep it rolling.
Okay, 10 of 15.
Let's
go, Dr. Finn's book of solo strategy and word games. I'm raring to go.
This is even count. I hesitated to even grab the box art for this.
How dare you? How dare you?
It's a book. It's a book. It's not a game.
How dare you?
There's no video. It's coming out of New York, not too far from you, maybe.
Chappaqua, New York. That's certainly true. Probably a few hours away.
417
I'll find him.
backers, 6.5K in the bank.
It's Games the Magazine, the games, Brian.
Dr. Finn himself published this campaign.
Play anywhere. No cutting necessary. Only pencil and dice required.
Okay. I get this. I get the appeal of this. It's like a book full of games, and you can just take it anywhere, and you play it anywhere, and all you need is some dice. Yeah, this is not like
not a board. This is not a board game. But can we scroll through it really quickly? I just want to see. I literally give it one scroll down, and then that's it. And then
what's
we're
in the
done.
book? Pen Pals, Cosmic Run, Mission 1. The Little Flower Shop, open for business.
Honestly, their logos are kind of cute. I gotta say, they've put more work into these logos than some people have put into their games that they've made.
Yeah, I agree. Crunch the numbers, spell it out. Yeah, this is kind of cute. Word wrap.
They made a logo for every one of their games.
Leftover letters. Special award. Okay.
They tell you to play all of them?
Wow. All right, that's pretty thorough, Dr. Finn.
Dr. Finn. And Suzanne Sheldon of the Dice Tower is writing about it. They've got real blurbs from real people.
What does this thing run? $20? Tell me it's $20, really Dr. Finn. You get a sample game for $3.
One game for $3. All the word games for $9. All the strategy games for $15, and everything for $20. Also,
it is a PDF.
You're right on you're bang on the money. Really smart to separate it by word games and strategy games. Actually,
yeah, some people only want one.
Yeah,
one or the other.
And it's paying off for them.
I have.
Well, we can't rate it.
Wait, yeah. As interesting as this campaign is, my attention is sort of being stolen away by Banana Boy versus Unicone.
Yeah, that's next week.
This is next week?
You can't look
this
at
is
that
on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's made a lot of money. I saw it. It's made a lot of money.
Okay.
We're going to have a good time with that.
Oh, I can't wait.
Not yet.
I just can't
wait. Okay, bye, Dr. Finn. Thank you. It's been fun.
Do we rate it? Do we put it on the list? I don't think so.
No, we don't put it on the list. It's not a board game. It's a puzzle book.
Dice Verse. I thought that I had seen this game before, but it turns out that it just has a generic name. Because I have not seen this game before. It's a duel game where unique factions battle using dice and cards.
I've never heard of that in any game before. Cool. Brian said, Anthony and Francis gave it a quote. They quit content creation at the end of last year. You don't know how deep Dr. Finn's pockets run, Brian. That man's got his fingers in every board game and puzzle pie in this country and the United Kingdom, right? He's doing everything. How dare you question Dr. Finn? All right, let's watch this video.
It's quick, it's deep, and addictive. Dice strategy game. 2 alien games that balance quick play with strategic... Wait, okay.
So it's 2 games.
2 games?
Dice Verse and Fly Further.
All right, well, let's watch the video, and then I guess we'll find out.
Middletown, Delaware.
So loud.
Middletown, Delaware could be where Mitch is from.
The ultimate battle between universes awaits. Experience the thrill of strategy with Dice Verse, a 2-player game that blends cards and dice.
The board is in the box. That's a little interesting.
Battle. Take on the role of the mighty leader of one of 4 unique factions.
Why do they all look different?
Yeah, oh boy. Okay.
That's always such a buzzkill to me. I really hate when there's clashing art styles in a board game.
No, it doesn't look good. I actually like the second art style a lot. I wish they stuck with that one.
You like this? Yeah.
Yeah, I like the 1950s comic book
Almost,
style.
I could go for any of them except for this one right here, the like vector art logo style.
That one. Yeah.
But yeah, just pick one and stick with it.
And elementalists. Jump into the action in just 2 minutes.
Brian says they're different factions. They should look different. Not that different, though. We gotta have some cohesion. I don't know. Maybe it's a pet peeve of mine, specifically. Mine and Arel's both, I guess.
Yeah, I have the same thing. I don't like when it's super different.
Yeah. I like it. Clearly, they should look different, but I feel like you still need a cohesive art style to your game. Because then it's like, what are the generic pieces going to look like? Like this board, I assume,
Yeah.
is generic between all of them. Which style is that supposed to match with? It's just, I don't know. And then like the logo itself is like in a style, and it's not going to match all of them. So, you know,
The dice armies
kind
on
of just
the
gonna
board
pick one.
and let the battle begin.
Those are weird dice. I'm not sure what's going on with those dice. They don't look like standard dice.
You choose one of your units every turn and play a card on it. Each card has a basic action. And if the level conditions are met, you may also perform a powerful additional action. Every faction has unique features and strategies. Aliens can use their powerful UFOs to capture units. Necromancers revive skeleton units. Cultists draw power from an ancient pyramid. And Elementalists capture opponents' cards to strengthen their leader. Destroy all enemy units or their base to win the game and rule the Diceverse. Join us on Kickstarter for the exclusive deluxe edition.
I'm sorry, I do not like that cover art at all.
Don't like it. I'm not a fan of either. I like the use of dice. I like the D8 being a spaceship. I like the D4 being a pyramid. I think that's kind of cute. I think there's something really fun. But I don't know if I like the art and theme of the game.
Yeah, the factions feel weird too. You've got skeletons, which are like undead, and also cultists, and also necromancers, and then aliens for some reason.
Necromancers, aliens, elementalists, and cultists. Yeah.
Yeah. One of these things is not like the other, I would say.
Yeah.
And it is the 1950s comic book Aliens.
Okay. Well, they made their money.
Yeah. The gameplay, though, I agree. Gameplay's kind of cool. It's certainly, unique. Seems a little complicated. You got all these different symbols on the dice that are going to let you do different things in different areas. You got to play a card onto them. I don't know. Maybe I could get a hold of it.
Well, let's take a look at the campaign. Let's see what else they say.
Sure. Welcome to Diceverse. It's a nice image. Quick, deep, and addictive dice strategy game. Infinite starting combinations. Well, that's not true. That's not infinite. Well, we talked about this last week. It's like, yeah, if you roll 20 dice, there's going to be like an insane number of combinations, but that's not like a feature of your game. That's just how dice work. Come on.
That's just math.
Gorgeous artwork. I'll pump the brakes a little bit. I don't know if I'd say it's gorgeous. Easy to learn, high replayability, those I would believe. Factions with unique art styles. That's, certainly is a feature. Maybe some people like it. It seems like Brian likes it, so I won't...
It's got real, it's not a bug, it's a feature.
Yeah.
Energy to it. Where for us, it's kind of like, oh, is this your finished product? And for other people, they'll be like, oh, I like that there's 4 completely different art styles in the game. So that's just to each their own.
Certainly. 30 minutes, 2 players, 10 and up. I like all of those stats.
Yeah.
It's a fast-paced duel game. Yeah, sure, whatever. We've already got all this. Key features. Jump into the action in just 2 minutes. Wow, you actually roll the dice onto the board, huh? That's kind of interesting, yeah. I can see what they mean by infinite starting positions. I assume, though, that, with a totally random setup like this, you will get some setups that are just, obviously advantageous for one of the players over the other.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
But maybe not. 4 factions. Okay. We're going to go over each of them. Get the aliens, get the necromancers. I will say the art style feels more cohesive than I was thinking it would. Between each of these. They got this nice little section carved out for each of the classes, each of the factions or whatever.
I still like the aliens. I think the alien deck looks terrific, though. I mean, above all, it just looks so fun.
Yeah, I agree. I like the aliens a lot, too. I don't like this as much. This is fun. I like this. That's fine. And this is also fine. So yeah, I guess, actually I haven't seen the price. Okay, yeah, so this is a good point. Brian said it's B- tier, or maybe just B tier. But we haven't seen the price yet. What is a price that would bump this up to A tier?
I think if it is less than $25, it could make it in the A League.
Yeah.
But anything more than $25 for dice and cards.
Okay, so
bump it down
there are a lot of dice, and they're custom dice too. This is expensive to make. I'm guessing that it's going to be closer to $50, which sounds outrageous. But first of all, we look at the trend of tonight. Within the context of all the games we looked at tonight, I feel like $50 is a reasonable price for this game. And also, there's all these custom dice in there. Okay, let's find out. What is Diceverse going to run? So that's the all-in edition for $99. What else do you get? More factions, I hope?
Yeah, the Into the Void expansion, so it looks like another...
Okay. Here's Fly Further.
It's their other game.
Okay.
Which you would also be the first to own a copy of.
And what did I say? $49. There it is.
$49. I just don't know if I would pay $49 for it. I don't think I would.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
What about tariffs? No, literally, that's a little thing that they have.
Yeah, what about them? Those in the USA are probably tracking the uncertainty around tariffs, as most board game publishers do. Manufacture Diceverse and Fly Further in China to bring you the highest quality game and components. This means we will have to pay an unknown amount of tariffs when these games enter the United States. Whatever. What are we going to do about it?
They're eating it. Absorbing tariff hits we knew before the campaign. We may need to add shipping costs for backers in the USA, but they've eaten what they thought might be the thing.
Okay. Respectable. That makes the $49 price point sting a little bit less, but it's still like...
Yeah.
I don't know, whether you're charging it for me by baking it into the price or as a separate fee, it still kind of weighs the same on my, perception of whether I'm going to buy the game or not.
I'm agreeing with Brian on a B-. I think that's where mine lies.
All right. Well, let's give it to it then. Let's give this game the B- it deserves.
We might just have to make the others a little smaller.
Yeah. Where do we think it fits in the B tier, though?
I think that it actually maybe goes right in the middle of B.
Okay.
You know who's really messing up the B tier is Good Puppers 2.
Yeah. We can crop this a little bit.
Just squish him. Just squish him. Yeah, make him really angry. Yeah, the artists love that.
They famously always love when you do that to their games.
Artists and graphic designers, they love when you take art and you just, if it's supposed to be a rectangle and you make it a square. They like that a lot.
Let's do some reorganizing here, because I feel like I would put... Would I put Neon Hope above Good Puppers? I don't know.
I wouldn't put Neon Hope above Good Puppers, but...
Yeah, I think I put it above Diceverse, though.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think Mid stays at the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it might be worse than Mid. I think I'd rather play Mid. What do you think about that?
I think I'd rather play Diceverse than Mid, but...
Okay.
I was confused by Mid. I mean...
I'll go with you then.
They're pretty hand in hand. Okay.
Have you considered, though, that even Mensa members love Mid?
You're right. Actually, Diceverse didn't bring up anything.
Yeah.
Brian just said, yeah, but I'm Mensa qualified, so maybe I hope that the mention of Mensa shows up to every single episode of the show that we make in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we never stop bringing up Mensa.
Here we go. Project L. This is a much anticipated title for us.
We were talking about this last week.
We were. I think we were talking about the price of it last week too. Because it made a bunch of money. It was promoted. It was at the top of the crowdfunding countdown as a promoted title. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian's like not funded yet. Yeah, Brian, it's made a measly 190,000 euros. Don't go crazy. Cut them some slack, please.
Let's dive into Project L.
So for reference, we have not looked at anything about this game. We've just looked at the fact that it's not reached funding, and so we really need to know what makes it need 280,000 US dollars to make it. Which, with 6 days to go, it might not do, which is crazy because it's made $200,000 over it.
Limited editions, limited time, only on Kickstarter. It is a project we love. Let's watch the video and find out why.
We've created Project L and you guys loved it.
It's fantastic.
That's Project L. Approved.
You couldn't...
Okay, well, Tom Vassal just said that's Project L. I don't know that necessarily constitutes...
Is that really all he said?
Yeah, and you loved it. Here, let's play this back one more time.
We've created Project L and you guys loved it.
It's fantastic.
That's Project L.
You couldn't get enough of it.
Project L is one of my top games that I go back to over and over.
The addicting gameplay, the great tactile feel of the pieces.
I like them, I want to eat them.
And the fun.
What do you think, Nick?
Of course I like it.
So we made some more. Until we couldn't go any further. We had to go back to square one. And here we are, square one. Same universe, new game. An intuitive engine builder with a lot of tactical depth.
There's a lot of neat things going on here.
Gorgeous.
I was going to laugh so hard if he said, there's a lot of tactical depth. A unique engine builder with a lot of tactical depth. There's a lot of tactical depth going on here.
A lot of tactical
depth. Premium feeling pieces.
It's puzzly, it's thinky, it's
Tom Vassal's my favorite
players.
And now for limited time only, you don't have to pick one.
I would happily play either of those games.
Get both games at major discount with lifetime support. Pledge now with total
lifetime
confidence.
support, what does that mean?
It means that if you accidentally swallow one of the pieces, they'll send you a new one.
Okay. Lifetime support. Wow. Okay.
Well, I'll test your lifetime support when I message you, Board Cubator, in 2036, asking for a replacement for Project L. I'll show you your lifetime support. Alex did indeed eat them, and now to back this run.
I don't really get it. Looks like Tetris, sort of. You're placing pieces. You got to fill your board. You're going to score points for the boards that you fill. Looks like these are points up in the corner here, and you get points for each one that you fill.
I'm kind of interested, but you know me, I love puzzles. I love puzzle games and making puzzles, so.
Yeah. So here's Square One, which is the new expansion. Intuitive engine builders with brain-burning depth. It's simplicity itself, and it works so well. That's what Tom Vassal said. Okay. Thank you 5,000% for doing this. It is a hallmark of customer service industry. Doing what? What are we talking about?
Who knows?
All right. A cool box, cool packaging. Hey, I like Project L. I like this packaging a lot.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I like the game. It's a little difficult. I always feel bad when we highly rank games that are just like re-releases of a game. You know, because it seems like this has been out for a while now, and they're just sort of going back for another printing. But you know, you still gotta rank it fairly.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. There is a whole tab called "Why We Need $250,000," and we must know.
Okay, well, let's find out. Why don't you read it for us, Arel?
In these uncertain times, honesty matters more than hype. While some campaigns lower their goals for the sake of claiming funded in 15 seconds, whoa, you gotta calm down, Project L. We've only seen at least a couple dozen people do that. We're not willing to trade your trust for a marketing headline. Because this is a limited edition made exclusively for backers, we need to reach a minimum of 2,500 backers to meet the production threshold. The funding goal reflects the real cost of bringing this project to life. Okay. That doesn't really tell me why you need $250,000, I have to say. But
It's just a roundabout way of saying, hey, everybody else is like cheating. All these other numbers are fake. We have the real number. That's why we need this much money. Why do we need 250K? Because everybody else is lying to you. They actually also need 250K.
I was expecting like hey, here's the cost of all the materials. Here's our situation with making the pieces. Like, here's how hard it is to get these custom things made. It's a more expensive game. And I would have been like, okay. And they're just like, we need $250,000 because everybody else says that they need less, but they actually don't. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like their team picture. I mean, everything about this is really sleek. Really sleek and really smooth.
Very well put together.
No question about it.
I didn't even know you could do animated pledge tier things. I mean, that's a first for me. It is $150 for both of these cubes. That feels like a lot.
Yeah.
That feels
quite
a bit.
Because the pieces are... Yeah,
you think it's the pieces?
What does one cost? What if I just try to get like Project L?
Returning backers can get Square One for $18. A retail upgrade kit for $46. Project L collectors all in for $97.
It's still kind of crazy.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah. I mean, it is very premium. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Do you have a cheaper version of this down here somewhere? Square One collectors all version in. Of Project L? No, it's just the collector's versions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that has to factor into our ranking, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
The price point. It is quite a bit of money.
For expansions. I mean, I do think I don't think it's necessarily bad, Brian, but I just don't think it's like it changed my interest in Project L.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I was kind of interested in it, but also let's take a look at their navigating U.S. tariffs together. I just want to see what they have to say about that.
We're gonna do it together this time. That's nice.
Oh, they're gonna hold our hand.
If you're in the U.S., you've probably heard about the. No, I've never heard about it. What are you talking about?
Actually. Yeah, sorry.
Well, you should know tariffs are not based on your pledge total. Yup. We can't absorb the costs.
Absorb these costs.
As a small indie publisher, we need to collect U.S. import tariffs in the pledge manager shortly before shipping begins, just like we do with taxes elsewhere. No sales tax. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that seems to be the trend. As people are saying, you pay for it. And you know what? They're almost funded, so maybe it's working.
Yeah, I mean, they still have, I have to say that they still have almost more than $60,000, $65,000 just about to go in 6 days.
They need $10,000 a day.
A day, which is kind of crazy. You usually get a big boost in your last 48 hours if you look close, but if I was running this campaign, I'd be a little nervous because this is going to make potential backers right now look like they might not make it. So I don't know, they need a big push. They need to do something.
Yeah. All right, well, that's Project L.
Yeah.
This is going to be a challenge to rank.
Yeah. I would say A tier.
Yeah.
That is my thought. But I would say the bottom of A tier, like where you're putting it now. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seems fair.
A minus B plus. I think it's like more put together than the things we said. Again, it's unfair because the two games we have in A right now are not first games. They're like reprints of things. So, but I guess it is also worth saying that there's a reason that they're getting reprinted. Is that they're good products. They're really good games. So, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it there for now.
Yeah.
Challenging week for the tier list, though.
Yeah. Nary an S tier. Will Craftsman Roll and Write be our first S tier?
Oh, I sort of doubt it.
But
become the most skilled master craftsman. Oh, it's not a roll and write. It's a think and write. No video.
Generated image. Also.
Okay.
almost with certainty. We're not going to get into it. We're not doing it again, but
worth noting.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going
Free-to-play
on?
game.
$2,000, almost $3,000, 224
Sure.
backers, 6 days to go. Print it yourself. It's a game without randomness, so I guess it's unlike a roll and write. You're actually not going to roll any dice here. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
It's just purely, I check this box, and then that does something. And then I check a different box, and that does something.
It's kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy, yeah.
Game where you were tasked with constructing buildings that take part in the production chain of goods. No luck. Only in the setup phase you roll dice to ensure the randomness of the start for every player. After that, the only thing that counts is your strategic thinking, as you will distribute the workers, acquire resources, and deliver products. You gain the recognition of the mayor as a proof that you are a master craftsman.
Okay.
Sure.
So is the idea that we're going to play this with multiple
Yeah.
people? Usually when I think roll and
Yeah,
write,
I think
like
it said it was.
solo
I think
game.
it said it was one. It said it was 1 to 4 players. Dude, Rado.
There he is again. Listen to Rado. Although this is on the other guy. This is on Lizard King's YouTube channel. He has no subscribers. And here is yet. Here is Rado. Front and center to tell us
What
about
is
the game.
Rado charging? I have to know. I'm going on Rado Runs Through.
Okay. Man, I should
I mean,
send
he's just
Rado
going to
some
say
games.
for business inquiries. He's probably just going to send me to an email address, but I have to know. Yeah, I mean, you should. Honestly.
Yeah. So we are already over 2 hours, which I think means I'm not gonna spend too much time on this.
Yeah, we don't
roll and
have to
write
look
thing. Honestly, it looks kind of cool. As far as
Yeah, I
roll
mean,
and writes go. So I'm fine giving it like a. I'm fine ranking it higher than we normally rank roll and write games.
Yeah.
I also just don't really have the time to dig in and figure out what it's all about. So we're gonna put craftsman. I don't know, middle of B. B is so crowded. It's so crowded, but it's certainly not. Well, is it C? Maybe it's C.
I think it might be C. I think it might be top of C.
Okay, better than flippers. Worse than flippers. I think it goes like this. Flippers had some passion to it.
Rado says on his FAQ that he actually says no to 90% of the games that are sent his way.
Shut up, Rado. That's just not true. We see on every single Kickstarter.
He also has a rule that he does not give a negative review to games. So he says that he's very selective with games because he'll say no to most of them that he knows when he won't give a good review to, and he'll only say yes to games that he thinks are worth giving a good review to.
So he likes Craftsman, obviously.
Yeah. So any review by Rado
is going to be a
positive review. Yeah, he's never giving a negative review to anything that you see him do.
That's, that's admirable. I think there's something to be said for keeping the negativity to yourself. All right, next up is, what is this? Another Japanese game. Yep, that's what I said. Let's click on it and find out. I'm less excited about this, I must say. Less excited about this one. $6,000. Wow, they only wanted 700 and they got 6,000.
Jeez.
From 66 backers? What is it, like $100 a person? What are you talking about?
Yeah, what's
happening? What does this game sell for?
All right, let's see.
We're gonna get another PowerPoint. Hey!
I didn't know that they haven't invented video editing in Japan. You're gonna get copyright strike for this.
You think so? That's on them if I do. Well, I don't know what this is, dude.
Full ceramic tile board set is 4,800.
This is just a product catalog video.
You can upgrade to wooden frame by 4,000 Japanese yen. Sure. Wood frame board is very special component. Sure. I mean, who am I to disagree?
It's handmade.
Double set of combo is 12,000.
I would actually not be surprised if these were handmade.
Yeah. They look nice. I have no idea what's happening, but they look nice.
Yeah. I think they're
Looks
handmade,
expensive,
and I
though.
think they're $100 a pop.
Yin and Yang twin board games. Expanding player space to the maximum from a basic landmass, as opposed to here, which is about shrinking the playing space from a maximum.
Wow.
So there's 2 different games.
Okay.
Well, you can get a standard board for $32. That's not terrible.
That's for one of the games.
Where's the wood board?
Okay, here we go.
Show me the double-sided.
I am a ceramic craft artist, and I have been inventing new board games for 28 years in Japan. I have made over 50 games. Almost all are abstract strategy board games with original rules and game systems. Wow. Okay.
Honestly, pop off, Mitsuo Yamamoto.
Kind of cool.
Yeah. I got nothing but respect for it.
Aquapipe.
Aquapipe looks crazy.
Dual shogi. Wow. Yeah, no, I do respect it. That is honestly pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
if I want both, with the
it's $84 with the board.
There it is. There it is. Also, I can't help but note that even though technically speaking, there would be the 2 Japanese games we've seen would also be hit with tariffs, not 145%, but the tariffs will still exist. Japan does not care about writing with the tariffs at all. Both games are like, we are not even bringing this up.
Yeah, well, honestly, if it's like 10% tariffs, that's not even really, that's going to be pretty negligible.
Yeah.
Anyways, so, and I think that is what Japan's at right now. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's a pretty small number. Sure. So it's a strategy game. You're building up a board. There's another one where you're tearing down a board. Sure. Seems cool. I don't play a ton of games like this. It's pretty abstract.
Yeah.
But I do like that it is handmade by this guy.
Yeah.
This is just what he does. He sits in his ceramic craft workshop and makes board games and comes up with new games.
I mean, that's the life, isn't it? You get to do your crafts. You get to make games.
Yep, that's pretty sweet. I gotta say.
What else is there?
So yeah, let's rank it. It's gonna be, again, this is a tough one to rank. We've had some really tough games to rank this week.
I don't know, bottom of B, maybe?
You think you think bottom of B?
I don't know.
Hold on, we gotta do some cropping here. Brian says mid B. I have to agree. I think I like it more than Dice Verse. I might even like it more than Neon Hope. It's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. We are really running out of space and beat here, though.
Well, just one of those days.
Just one of those days.
Just leave it there. Who cares?
Hold on. That'll be so
Embrace
easy.
the chaos.
It'll be so easy.
Sometimes Sam just likes to show off that he's a graphic designer. That's what this is.
Shut up. It's not even graphic design. It's just knowing how to use Photoshop. Look at that. Wow, what a tier list.
Yeah, right. He's so quick at that. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's all to impress you. It's all for that.
Alrighty, let's look at
we got
Star
2 games
Clash.
left.
Oh, man. Oh, brother.
Star Clash is the last game. We got it.
Okay.
We got this.
All right, here we go. Star
Last
Clash.
game.
I really don't even care about this at all. I don't know. Actually, it looks cooler than I thought it would. Project we love, funded. What were we gonna say?
They're not even telling me how fast it was funded. Just that it was funded. Wait, this is 7 days to go. Oh yeah, I guess it will. It'll be gone by the time we look at it. Okay.
Yeah. A deep and easy to learn tactical battle where you stay engaged because it's already your turn again.
Board Game Bard.
Star
Hello.
Clash is a game of base.
I can't do it with the voiceovers tonight. Hi, Board Game Bard.
We've been at it for 2 hours. We're at the final game this week, and we just got to make it through this one. Board Game Bard.
We've got tabletop simulator footage, and we've got a Skype call recording from like 2 rooms away. Let's see if they can talk me into this.
Buildings are battling for 1 to 4 players. Explore the map.
Explore the map.
I feel like it's been explored. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Expand to new resources.
Right. So you've reached the 2 X's.
Army.
Uh-huh.
Raise your army.
And destroy your enemies. With an array of units to unlock and upgrade. You decide, meaning...
No. You can't have blank text on it. You can't just have a blank text box. Come on. Put some flavor text in there or something.
Ways to use the resources you gather. Every time you upgrade a unit, you gain access to powerful abilities and unlock a new unit to unleash upon the battlefield.
I cannot tell what's going on with this voiceover work. Is it AI? Or is it just like some guy?
No, it's just a guy with a cheap mic.
Armies into the mainframe areas where you fight over long-lost technologies.
He sounds tired.
As each round concludes, whoever commands the most units in these areas will gain data.
Board Game Bard says AI.
Towards technological victory.
Technological
Favor striking at the core of your adversaries. Instead, demolish their base.
There is a lot of unique artwork going on here. And while it looks like kind of amateur, I do respect that there's so much of it.
Board Game Bard says, I'm a pro voiceover guy, and if that's a human, I'm a hot dog.
That's what I'm saying, Board Game Bard. I think this is not a real guy.
I thought it was just a guy. Well, some of the art looks like it. Well, actually, no. The art looks...
No, I think it's all hand-drawn.
No, the art looks too amateur to be AI, which I hate to say. It sounds very rude, but... Alright, what's happening?
Listen, I can get down with some
no 145% tariff.
Art.
You're telling me right now.
Okay.
Smiley face.
Visit there for no 145% tariff.
So funny thing about Canada, Ryan Williams, creator of this game, they actually don't have 145% tariff. That's a different country. So if you're putting 145% tariff on the Canadians, they might be a little upset about that, I gotta say.
Yeah. Maybe he's thinking that by the time this game comes out, it will be part of the United States. It won't be its own country
Yeah,
anymore.
the 51st state, of course.
Oh boy, Star Clash.
Do you back a lot of projects? That's a great question. We actually
we're armchair.
We don't back many of the projects. Though I will say, I think I'm gonna get a copy of. I'd like to play when we're at Origins. I'd like to play 12 Labors of Hercules. I'd like to try it. I don't know if I'd buy it. But there was one of the games that we looked at a couple weeks ago that I was like, that one that was like the spaceship game. That was so cool. One of the last ones we looked at, where you were like
spaceship game,
where your spaceship was like getting attacked by other ships.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
And I was like, if that one shows up at Origins, I might take that one.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of my relationship with these Kickstarter projects as well. Is I don't know that I've ever backed a Kickstarter project, but I buy plenty of board games. And so, yeah, I think if I was to see a game that in fact, there's been multiple times already where we've looked at games and the campaign's gone really well and it comes out and then I pick it up afterwards. And then we point it out on the channel when we do that. So that's fun.
Yeah.
This, however, I don't think I will be picking up a copy of, probably. We've got some gameplay here. You're just gonna explore locations. I don't know, guys. It looks like a pretty typical hex map battle game.
Yeah, I mean, they did describe the plot as 3 of the 4 X's in a 4X style video game. So
Okay.
Expand and exploit. There's 2 of them right there. So you sort of know what you're making.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I just don't really think this is gonna be for me or for most people.
Oh, 3 Ryza said 3x. Yeah. Yeah.
So 3x.
3x.
I don't know. We say it all the time on this channel, but it's some games are just better off as a video game.
Yeah.
And, this might be one of them. What do we think it costs? Sorry. Also, you were gonna say something. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, Board Game Bard said, "I'll back 3 or 4, but it's easier to go to the friendly local game store and grab one off the shelf." Yeah, I think that. Brian said 3x, but I'm Mensa, so that was easy math for me. Oh, Brian, you're doing so good today. Yeah, I think that a lot of times I get excited when I see a Kickstarter game that made it onto a board game shelf, and then for the sake of convenience, I'll buy it there. So I like looking at the games that are on Kickstarter, and I kind of keep that in mind and keep them in a little folder in the back of my mind. But just because it's like you have to pay for shipping and you have to wait, and I'm an impulsive person, so if I see a game, I just want that game. You know, like I don't have to want to wait 9 months to get a game. It's gone for my brain by then. So, yeah, that's my thing with them.
Board Game Bard bets $75 for this. I actually scrolled down and snuck a peek at it already, so I won't guess here. But what do you think, Arel?
Yeah, there's a lot of pieces. There's a lot of. I don't know if they're poker chips, but my guess was going to be $70. So.
$70. Right on the money.
Actually, $69.
Ooh, nice.
Hit you with a bit of that a bit of that advertising trick of the trade where you take $1 off and people think it's cheaper than it is.
So smart. I always have, huge props for anybody that knows how to do that. Legendary marketing technique. Okay. 109, 129, 189, 399, 599.
For what?
No one outranks you, General. 3 people backed this, Arel. 3 people spent $600 on this game.
Oh, you get a prototype copy 2 months after the campaign ends. So you have to wait.
What?
Have all of the 8 in-game legends. Bear your choice of names and titles, if it's appropriate and approved, so you get to name things. Wow.
Okay. Kind of cool. Yeah, it's not every day that you see the campaign creep up to $600.
And 3 people have taken it.
Yeah.
3 of the 4 people that are allowing it have taken it.
Yeah, that's crazy. 20 people joined at the 189 level.
Ain't bad. Ain't bad for them at all.
Yeah, what is this thing raising? 13K? That's like almost all just in those lower tiers, right?
Yeah.
That's one like yeah. Yeah, wow. All right, well that's how they're making their money.
Is this funded? Oh, it sure is funded. It's super funded.
It's absolutely been funded, yep. Cool, well, good for them, I guess.
Anyway, C+.
People like this. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What a day it has been.
Yeah, I felt like we sort of had the opposite experience of last week, where last week we were thinking they'd all be stinkers, and then we had like a couple shining gems emerge. But this week we looked at the list and we thought, man, this is going to be way better than last week.
Yeah.
And it turned out being kind of worse, I'd say. I mean, I think the tier list kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Oh, Brian. Porkchop Brian's here.
Oh,
Everybody's
welcome.
here at the 11th hour. At the 11th hour, everybody's here.
Yeah, see, maybe we should go back to doing these later in the day.
I mean, it works for me, so.
Seems like that's when people are showing up. Always at the end of the stream. But yeah, so this is what we're looking at. And that is all of our games for the week. So I believe it is time to hand out some awards. Well, first of all, what do we want to do with Project L? That's just like definitively at the back of A tier. That's what we've decided.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I think that I think that the best campaign in terms of like how it looked and presented itself is probably Project L, right?
Yeah. Best campaign? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it was really beautiful. It got to the point. They didn't really tell me why they needed $250,000, but at least they addressed it. At least they addressed that I was going to ask why they needed $250,000.
Yeah, they saw it coming. They covered their bases.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
best art. This is tricky.
Yeah, and I will say, I'm not going to give it to Trickarion. So.
Wow. Well, that was kind of my front runner, but.
I know.
What do you think?
But if we give it to Trickarion, then best game can't go to it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Who else?
And I think that some other games had some good art. I thought that Starleap had some pretty cute art. I thought that Good Puppers had some pretty cute art. Even Vesta had some pretty good art.
I don't want to give it to Vesta.
I mean, the cart. Well, we are giving it to Vesta?
No, I don't want to give it to Vesta.
Oh, okay.
It's got the cover does rock, but that's kind of it. The rest of it, the cards looked pretty bad. I thought.
That's true. But you know what else is good art? Even though I don't have a Mensa IQ, is the cards in Mitt looked really pretty as well. Like, just really clean art style. I mean, there's a lot for art.
I think I'd give it to Starleap before I give it to Mitt. I'm thinking Starleap, actually.
Let's give it to Starleap. Let's give it to Starleap.
Trickarion might actually have better art, but something's got to win best game. I think it's got to have to be Trickarion.
Well, I'd rather have the cover art. I'll tell you this much. I'd rather the cover art for Starleap on my board game shelf than I would Trickarion's.
That's that's a good point.
So.
Yeah, they didn't.
Congratulations, Starleap. Look at that. He's so cute. He's a little frog leaping into star.
He is cute, isn't he?
Starleap. Brian's saying Starleap is my best campaign.
Oh, really? Better than Project L? I don't know, Brian.
Ooh.
Project L is a pretty well-run campaign.
It was really beautiful, yeah.
The only thing is the price point is a little wonky. But honestly, so is Starleap's.
Yeah.
Starleap was also pretty expensive.
Project L was pricey. It was pricey. Worth considering.
Yeah, it doesn't know much about the game.
I mean,
that's fair.
And I can, if we're talking about price point, I can start collecting copies of Good Puppers 2 as my own currency. So I might 60 copies of that game. So I think this is a safe place to put it tonight, especially coming to the 2.5 hour mark of streaming.
Yeah, seriously, we got to get out of here. But we were liking the way this looks. Best art for Starleap? Yeah. I think this works. I think this works. I think this works for me, and that means that's where it's going to be for tonight. And that's our show, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. That's our show. That is Kickstarter Quest. That's how we do it around here.
Maybe next week I start my new job, so I might have to start a little later. So I will send you a message. Maybe a semi-reverted time next week, perhaps? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we'll go back. Maybe we'll try later again. Yeah, kind of a weird week for board games.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Though all of them, a couple of weeks ago we said, do we think that we're going to see all of them mention the tariffs? And it does seem like almost every game this week mentioned it. It has become a point in every game, which I find very interesting. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us around here, I think. Arel, do you have any closing comments? Anything you want to shout out before we sign off here?
No. I'll leave you with one tantalizing little send-off.
Oh, boy.
You better be here for Kickstarter Quest next week, or you'll never, ever see, unless you watch the VOD, I guess, but you'll never see live what Sam and I think of Banana Boy versus Unicorn. It's only going to happen here live. Yeah.
Wow, how hype is that? I'm sure everybody's they just can't wait to find out what we're going to say about that funny game.
And also, inexplicably out of nowhere, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the board game. We'll talk about it live next week.
Next week.
Interesting things to think about.
Big stuff, everybody. Oh, Brian's got an anniversary. Have fun with your anniversary, Brian. You'll probably have a better time there than we will here. But not to say that we will have a bad time here. Just, anniversary. That's pretty important, I would say. Cool, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for us here on Kickstarter Quest. If you're still hanging out and you're not already following the channel by some chance, we are only one follower away from 100. So go ahead and hit that button if you want to. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And if you want fun new board games, go to sp1cy.com and please order
more
something.
Fun new accessories for your body.
That's true, yeah. Or that was a weird way to say that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. I'm so sorry.
We got the merch up there too, so yeah, go check that out as well. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. And we'll catch you again right here next week, maybe at a different time, but certainly at the same place for Kickstarter Quest. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you later, little Mensa geniuses.